all, welcome to Math Easy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about properties of multiplication. Basically, these are the properties of multiplication: commutative property, associative property, identity property, multiplicative inverse, and zero property. Now let us see one by one. Let us see what is a commutative property. Consider the variables a and b. Then according to the commutative property of multiplication, a times b will be equal to b times a. That is, I am just reversing the order of the variables. Now let us see if it is right with the example of numbers. Consider a as 3 and b as 2. You know 3 times 2, that is going to be equal to 6. Now I am just reversing the order of the numbers, which means I am just saying 2 times 3. That is also equal to 6. So according to commutative property of multiplication, a times b is same as b times a, and we saw it is true with the help of an example. Now next is associative property of multiplication. Consider the variables a, b, c. For associative property, we will be considering 3 variables. According to the associative property of multiplication, a times b, which is inside the parenthesis, times c, which is outside the parenthesis, it is same as, now I am taking the variable a outside the parenthesis and grouping b times c inside the parenthesis. Associative property basically means we are grouping the variables. That is, we are grouping a times b first inside the parenthesis times c. That will be equal to, now you take a outside the parenthesis and group b times c inside the parenthesis. Now let us see if this is true with the help of numbers. Say a equal to 4 times, say b is equal to 2 and c as say 3. Now what is 4 times 2? It's going to be 8 times 3, 8 3s are 24. Now let us regroup or rearrange these numbers. Now let us take this number 4 out, that is variable a out, times, now I am grouping 2 times 3 inside the parenthesis. Now first we have to do 2 times 3, which is inside the parenthesis according to the order of operation. So 2 times 3, that is going to be equal to 6 times 4. 4 6 are 24. So you can see 24 here, 24 here. So if you regroup or rearrange the variables or numbers, the result is going to be same. That is called the associative property of multiplication. Next is identity property of multiplication. Identity property means any number or variable, when it is multiplied by a number, you should get the same number as the result. So in that case, if you say multiply 25 times 1 or 1000 times 1, any number times 1, that is going to be the same number. So 25 times 1 is 25. So to generalize it, you will write it as a times 1 is equal to a. So this number 1, that is the identity property of multiplication. 1 is the identity property of multiplication. Now next is multiplicative inverse. You know, the inverse of multiplication means division. Inverse of division, multiplication. So consider this variable a times, multiplicative inverse means division. So a times, I am writing 1 by a. That is the inverse of a, multiplicative inverse of a, which is 1 by a. That is going to be equal to this a, and this a will get cancelled. The output will be equal to 1. So the multiplicative inverse of a is going to be 1 by a. So a times 1 by a, that is going to be equal to 1. For example, consider the number 5. 5 times 1 by 5. Naturally, you know this 5 and 5 will get cancelled, and the result is going to be equal to 1. That is called as the multiplicative inverse. The last property is the zero property of multiplication. Zero property means any number or variable, when it is multiplied by 0, naturally you will get 0. Any number 1000 times 0 or 100 times 0, any number multiplied by 0 is going to be equal to 0. That is called the zero property of multiplication. If you want details about the distributive property of multiplication, I have uploaded a video and have provided link in the below description. Please check it out. Hope you have understood about properties of multiplication in this video. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to Math Easy channel and push the like button. Thanks for watching.